Prince, Zomalive, and Frogan. Frogan was there last year. How are you a rising star twice? A falling star award? Bro, that'd be so funny. I would clear.
Okay, it makes me really upset. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to cry, but it really does make me really upset.
Naturally, I haven't watched this video yet, but I don't like Frogan. I'm not a Frogan enjoyer. So I'm interested in the subject. Stardust is interested in making video essays type content and making exposed content and doing that kind of thing. So I told her I would watch it. If you'd like me to watch it privately, I'll watch it privately. If you'd like me to watch it publicly, I'll watch it publicly. And she gave me consent to give my takes on it publicly to you. So, but I will be watching this for the first time in front of a live audience. Okay, we're gonna be shitting on Frogan in front of a live audience. By the way, if you guys don't know Frogan, it's like the crazy schizo racist person who's constantly in drama every single day. Because she's basically just known for being Hasan's moderator. Like, you'll just see like a crazy post of her like supporting a predator by accident because the predator said that he wanted to bomb the White House because she's such a anti fucking America Hasan stan, right? Or it's just like the general thing that you're gonna get when you're looking at Frogan.
This HCC is so gross and thinks the world revolves around money. This is the only thing he uses as a comeback anytime someone criticizes him. Money's the only thing HCC has since he can't maintain any interpersonal relationship.
It's so funny because if you looked at me like 3 years ago, I would tell you I fucking hate XQC. I think XQC is like the biggest idiot I've ever seen in my life. But here's the thing, is like so many more people have become far less tolerable than XQC. Like I still think XQC is like a generally dumb person. But fuck, dude, there's just every drama he's in, it's just like it's the worst people possible making the most mundane, boring arguments ever. I get that people don't like the React content fucking arguments because we've been having them for like 5 years, but dude, XQC during the gambling ban, XQC whenever he's fighting with like Hasan Piker, XQC when his fucking girlfriend is trying to rake him over the coals, it's just hard not to support somebody like that. This motherfucker XQC is so gross and thinks the world revolves around money, since that's the only thing that you can use for a comeback. Anytime somebody criticizes him, money is the only thing XQC has, since he can't maintain any interpersonal relationships in his life. Like, who the fuck are you? Frogan won the Rising Star Award twice because she didn't make it the first time. Okay? Frogan is literally a waiting room for a streamer that is the most insufferable person on the platform. Alright, the only reason people even in the chat know who Frogan is because she's such a public retard. She's actually fucking gained some sort of relevance exclusively of being hated. Okay? My only interaction that I've ever had with her on a personal level, back and forth, is like we were in John Zerko's Discord server after we were on the stream or whatever, and I was drunk or something. I forgot. Was it the next day? Maybe I wasn't drunk. But they responded like, who the fuck are you? Like, who are you to me? And I responded back, I'm Matt Jarbo, the owner of Kiwi Farms, and she freaked out and thought I was being serious. That was my only personal like interaction with this person privately. Well, I guess not privately, it was in a Discord server, but just replace XQC to Hasan in that tweet and nothing changes. Literally replace XQC and Hasan in this tweet. There's no difference here. It's Frogan and Denims. Which way, Western man? Disgusting idiot or boob streamer? It's really one or the other.
In his life. True.
Valkyrie for Fortnite and Among Us.
Irate gamer does ghost hunt. Oh, you're gonna interrupt me right now with something that's not relevant. What is the ghost that he found?
Paranormal things happen where we had an entity kind of come in and wake us up in the middle of the night and mutter the words, "I can't breathe."
Okay, I'm done. Nice.
Oh god, okay.
Pokimane for League of Legends.
I can't compare these. But here's my plan. I'm gonna vote. Is it pronounced Frogan?
Oh shit, wait, this is it. Is it pronounced Frogan? She looks like a Frogan. Dude, this is the Rising Star Award. How do you win Rising Star twice and not become famous?
That's my plan. I'm gonna vote
at this stupid generic award show for. And by the way, this Twitch aristocracy bullshit is so annoying. Like, these people literally have an award show for themselves to try to legitimize themselves more. And then QT Cinderella was begging people not to stream over it or whatever, or not to react to it on stream, even though like 90% of these people don't even make content. They literally just react to other people daily. But because this is an award show that desperately needs your money, it's literally creator clash, but they're not even trying. They're so transparent that it's a social climb event for a bunch of people who are like are in love with themselves and each other. That's all it is, right? They're not even pretending it's for charity.
Is it pronounced Frogan? Frogan?
Or DSP for getting caught. Especially during the pandemic, we saw many content creators blowing up. Everyone was forced to stay at home, inside, and we found some new ways to socialize.
Oh, was that the deer
One
person?
content creator
Whoa,
who
whoa,
socialize.
Is that Demon Mama's girlfriend? Oh no, that's ferocious stuff. Oh.
One content creator who seemed to explode in growth during the pandemic is someone named Frogan. Frogan got her start in the Hasan community.
And her finish. Frogan never got out of the hood, but the hood is Hasan Piker's community.
Half Lebanese and half white. Her mom gave her the name.
Wait, she's half white? Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, so I don't know if you guys have seen this. I don't know if it's even covered. All right, but did you know like Hasan is Hasan? Oh, sorry.
Isn't this Nicholas DeOrio guy like one of those fucking
Hasan woman?
fascist,
Hasan woman
dudes
mode.
too?
Hasan woman moding. Frogan has made like so many tweets hating white people. Is she really half white? Frogan white. Let me see. There's nothing saying that her father had a disdain for white people, but he did marry and have a family with one. She's half white. Did you ever see the message where she's like, "White people do this to me" or whatever? Like she dates white men. I can't even look for like the thing because she's got me blocked.
Morgan.
But apparently she posted like saying that she like white men get her all twisted or something.
Because
me and your dad were in a fight at the time that I was delivering you, so I wanted to give you the whitest name that I could find because it would make him the most mad.
Wait, are you serious?
Do you know if Frogan has a white kid? That white kid is only going to be 25% Lebanese, and she's like tweeting basically like "death to America" and "fuck white people" all the time. It's like crazy.
Yeah.
What?
one side of her family is Christian and one side of her family is Muslim. She seems to identify more with the Muslim side.
Put my scarf on when I
Shocker.
was 9 fucking years old. So I've been covered head to toe for most of my life. Was there a reason I started at 9? So I went to a private school and it was a part of the uniform at 3rd grade. But anyways, my dad said that if I put the scarf on, he'd give me a whole new wardrobe, and I never got it, so.
She does say that her father was not very religious.
Here's the thing though, like, my dad was
Your father's not even. She wasn't even religious. This is my choice.
strict, but he wasn't like, we didn't have to hide shit from him. You know what I mean?
He was never religious. He just cared about his reputation.
Yeah.
Reputation is an interesting thing. Recently, Frogan's gotten into controversy that's tarnished her reputation. Where did this all...
That's the thing, I disagree. I don't think it tarnished her reputation. I think it made her famous. I don't think anyone knew her before this. I legitimately do not think Frogan was a household name until she got racist on Twitter. Like, am I wrong? Did anybody know who Frogan was? You might not even know who Frogan is now.
start? If you look at Frogan's online history, she's been online for quite some time. She was pretty active on Tumblr and Twitter prior to being a streamer. But
Shocker. This is a Tumblr user? No. No!
mostly was obsessed with emo bands. She especially was into Fall Out Boy.
Alright, Stardust, little much. Little much.
She also just seems to fangirl a lot over male celebrities. It makes
Wait, why are
sense-
they all white? Wait, hold on, wait, Stardust, you're cooking, wait, you're cooking. Hold on, look, all this...
obsessed with emo bands. She especially was into Fall Out Boy. She also just seems to fangirl a lot over male celebrities.
It's just white
It
celebrities.
makes sense, given her obsession with emo boy bands, that she would be a huge fan of Hasan. She seems to have a type, men who are very counterculture.
White
Hasan's
men.
community became the perfect place for her. She could foster a super parasocial relationship with him while propping herself up as another streamer, engaged in leftist politics and counterculture. She could
Plus, she fits like 3 stereotypes that Hasan desperately needs in his audience.
attach her identity to being an orbiter and a stan, and gain attention from her status and how hard she white knights for her favorite creators. Back to her reputation.
I think Haynes has like some of the best chicken tenders.
That's not Frogan.
Nothing compares to Wingstop.
Okay, so like I was saying, back to her reputation. Frogan's been in a lot of controversy recently
Did I miss something?
It's like some of the best chicken tenders.
Oh my god! Wait, Dude, I was glancing out of the corner of my eye. I didn't even realize she just replaced her with... Why did I say airsoft fat? Foodie Beauty.
Back to her reputation.
I think Kane
Oh my god.
has
That's fucking devious. This is a devious lick.
like some of the best chicken tenders.
That's not Frogan.
Nothing compares to
Jesus, that was a little bit more edgy than I was expecting from you.
Okay, so like I was saying, back to her reputation. Frogan's been in a lot of controversy recently, from payslip.
Alright, I need a bit more emotion, Stardust. That's not Frogan! What the fuck? Like, I mean, you can't say fuck, but like, a little bit more. Sell it. Really sell it.
Tweets during a tragedy, to feuding with Ethan Klein over the words she's chosen.
Dude, Ethan Klein took so many W's, we don't even remember the Frogan W's. The Frogan W's were so good.
Frogan claims she's not anti-Semitic, but many people rightfully have doubts. The question is she being honest about this or about anything?
No.
I'm going to tell you a story. The story isn't in order, but it's for a reason. So sit back and let me unravel things for you.
Is this where we're gonna get
By
like
the
a
end of
hardcore
this
intro?
story, you'll have no doubt in your mind what the answer is.
This is where I would put like the hardcore edited intro. There it is. Oh, new branding. Cool.
Littered across social media and said in various interviews, you'll find the words public health expert everywhere in relation to Frogan.
Wait, what? Did you see the tweets? Oh god, I'm not gonna make like 50 fat jokes. I'm literally fat. I can't make 50 fat jokes in this fucking stream. But I saw one tweet where she's like, I'm a public health expert, and then someone posted a picture of her in the replies. I'm like, you're a public health expert? What the fuck? And it like ratioed about like 10,000 likes. Oh god. I would not put that in bio. Imagine if I put public health expert in my bio. I mean, actually, it's kind of funny. I probably should put public health expert in my bio. That would actually be funny. That would be fucking killer. I don't know what I'm saying.
It's a pretty big title to attach to yourself. You'd either need to be an expert in the field or have an inflated ego to even think about doing it. What is...
Dude, Nick DeOrio, public health expert. Oh, shit.
A public health expert? When evaluating someone's expertise in a field, it's important to understand the stages that come before expertise. Many people within the health policy field, as well as many other fields, refer to the Dreyfus model as a way of determining an individual's progress in their field. The Dreyfus model explains things in the following way. When acquiring skills in a field, people pass through 5 phases of knowledge. These phases are novice, advanced beginner, competent, proficient, and expert. Just to give some clarity...
You know what this kind of feels like? This feels like President Sunday when he was investigating, what's his name? Who the fuck? I feel like President Sunday just fucking threw up that I just said that out loud if he's listening, which I doubt he is. I don't think he watches me. But that's like President Sunday when he was investigating, the brunette girl. Who? Erudite, yes, Erudite.
On the difference between these levels, a novice has an incomplete understanding, approaches tasks mechanistically, and needs supervision to complete them, while an expert
This is like fucking President Wednesday right now.
has an authoritative or deep holistic understanding, deals with routine matters intuitively, and is able to go beyond
When are you gonna start your own gym demon arc? Could you imagine if I just started doing fucking steroids and lifting at the gym? Like, what would my content consist? Like, that would be insane.
Existing interpretations. Also achieves excellence with ease. Most people would consider a public health expert as someone who has specialized knowledge to help deal with public health epidemics and emergencies. Does Frogan meet that?
What is your keyboard, my ninja? Yeah. So my keyboard is Alienware, my monitor is Alienware, my PC is Alienware, my mouse is Alienware. Yeah, we're gonna be swapping that out soon. All right. Hey guys, I don't know if you're. I'm not gonna say too much, but it's out there if you want it. Recently, I took an affiliate with Starforge, the PC company that is run by React mogul Asmongold, okay? And I exclusively sought them out for 2 reasons. One, they're better competitively priced than the sponsorships my friends have taken. And it's just an affiliate. I'm not sponsored by them. I have an affiliate link that I will get kickback if you buy a computer from these people. And the reason I recommend them, and the reason I will be paying for my own computer from this company, is because they're fairly aggressive with like the actual going rates for parts. You're not really... If you're going pre-built, this seems like a fairly decent option. I'm not selling this to you. I don't care if you buy a computer from them. I literally got an affiliate so I can get kickback on my own purchase. If you guys want to use this, I welcome you to use it. Okay? I'm going to tell you if the fucking PC sucks when I get it. I don't care if... Honestly, I'm going to make more money off the Fortnite code than I'm going to make off this affiliate deal. I went for this so whenever I do a video on Dark Viper, I can shill my code because this is the company that made Dark Viper... disavow Carl, basically. I literally saw this happen to Carl Jobst, and I immediately applied for an affiliate thing with them.
I graduated in 2021, and I finally got a computer. Well, actually, I'd started streaming briefly in 2020, but once I had to start writing my thesis, I just stopped streaming because I was so distracted, and my advisor told me that if I...
So act surprised when I do that, by the way. When I do the big reveal that I fucking got an affiliate with Starforge in the video, inevitably when it comes out. Act surprised, because I think it's pretty fucking funny that I went and did that. But I'm not just memeing. I'm actually buying this fucking computer. This is where I'm buying my computer. I researched a lot of different pre-built places. Everyone told me not to get fucking Alienware. This company doesn't use dumb fuck parts or whatever like Alienware does. And these shitty cases that you really can't expand. Like you can't put new shit in or whatever because it like... And also, my fucking Alienware sounds like a space shuttle taking off. I have a fucking 2080 Ti that I bought 4 years ago or whatever. And every time I play a game that's like moderately heated or whatever, it sounds like a space shuttle launches. This thing's liquid cooled. I'm buying literally the #1 PC on their site. I'm just straight up pulling the trigger on it. And if you want to add shit or replace parts, they tell you the exact part on the website for the fucking thing. And you can literally go to Amazon and price it out if you want to. So they're disclosing everything. For a pre-built site, they're not very shady. And I think I like literally built the same computer at a different company that my friends are shilling, and it was way more expensive there. So
don't make any progress.
They give you 5% off. The site that I'm giving you, I don't give you any percentage off. The PC's just cheaper.
I'm not going to graduate on time. I was so distracted, and my advisor told me that if I don't make...
I think, unironically, if you use my code, I think you're still saving more money than if you used Boblax's code.
Any progress, I'm not going to graduate on time.
I'm sorry. Were you having trouble? Frogan has a master's in
It's not a code, it's a link. It's on my private. I'm not distributing it now.
Health. She graduated in 2021. Frogan claims prior to streaming, she had 5 years of research experience under her belt. After attaining her master's, she worked for 2 years before quitting her job to stream full-time.
I went full-time almost a year ago to date. I put my 2 weeks in.
That's how you know I'm not shilling it, because I'm not even giving you the code. I'm just telling you eventually I will be shilling this device. And the link is live. I'm just not giving it to you.
A year ago, a couple days ago. I saw my boss.
Yeah.
Thank you. My boss wanted to discuss my performance with the manager of my department. So I was like streaming full time and working full time. So I do like 40 hours a week streaming, 40 research, and I was just like dead. And as soon as I saw that in the calendar invite, I sent my 2 weeks in and I haven't looked back.
Frogan essentially hints that she wasn't doing well at her job before she quit. Based on what she says about her choice to give her 2 weeks notice, that she was working 40 hours a week while streaming 40 hours a week, seems likely that her boss was calling a meeting to discuss subpar performance at the job. So,
Jesus.
Being generous, if I were to say that her master's took 1 to 2 years...
Hold on, I don't know if that's fair. Let me see this. This is a little much, sorry.
Seems likely that her...
was a week streaming, 40 research, and I was just like dead. And as soon as I saw that in the calendar invite...
God, I just hate Frogan. I do not want to look at Frogan right now.
I sent my 2 weeks in and I haven't looked back.
Frogan essentially hints that she wasn't doing well at her job before she quit. Based on what she says about her choice to give her 2 weeks notice, that she was working 40 hours a week while streaming 40 hours a week, seems likely that her boss was calling a meeting to discuss subpar performance at the
Alright, this is a little schizo theory.
job. So, being generous, if I were to say that her master's took 1 to 2 years, and again, being generous if I were to say that she worked in public health and got on-the-job experience for 2 more years, we would still find that exceedingly inadequate for someone to call themselves an expert in their field.
Okay, this is fair.
Pair that with the Dreyfus model for determining someone's competency in their field. It seems the highest level I could give Frogan would be advanced beginner or competent, especially given that she performed poorly towards the end of her 9-to-5 job.
All right, I don't know. The poorly thing seems a little theory crafty, but I think
isn't this Nicholas DeOrio
I think there
guy,
is
like,
some
one of those
valid
fascist dudes too.
There probably is some valid criticism to be made that if you've literally been in school and you did 2 years for your master's and then you did 2 more years doing something else, that you're not like an expert in your field. That's actually like, you can't just call yourself an expert in something like that.
Generally, experts in the public health field seem to have a minimum of 8 years of experience. Simply having a master's in public health doesn't make you an expert.
But I want to see a screenshot of that, Star. You need to demonstrate that people who are experts in their field have like typically 8 years in it.
Expert in public health.
Because I'm 24 years old. That doesn't seem. I mean, if that's true, it's not possible. It's not possible to have 8 years in your field if you're 24 years old.
Generally, you need to have a master's, possibly a PhD, and you need to have extensive experience in the public health field. 2 years wouldn't cut it. You'd also hopefully have published research papers and engaged in peer review. You'd hopefully be recognized by peers in your field as an expert, not just recognized by yourself. So ask yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
Again. Is she being honest?
I think that most of that section, like I got a little nervous there when I was hearing that this would be like weird quackery. But I think most of that section is probably okay. I think just a little theory crafty when you start talking about, well, I mean, there was obviously, they were probably bringing her in for a meeting to talk about her performance a little much. Primic, thank you, Nick and the viewers. The spam got YouTube's attention, and hopefully this leads to something good. Primic, I'm calling it right now. Calling the shot. Within 48 hours, that channel will be fucking deleted. I guarantee you that's what's gonna happen. But good fucking shit. I'm glad we got something going. Hell yeah, W. Not a king of nothing video so far. Yeah, that was. I got a little nervous there for a second, but I think that was actually okay. Nick, Frogan was helping the sick and malnourished in the Gaza Strip. You don't know the generosity. She's an expert. That's what I was saying. I go like, Frogan's so passionate about all this stuff. I honestly think that she should go to Gaza. I think that, like, yeah, you ever see like the Family? I always make reference to this one Family Guy skit where the guy's like, dude, I know if I could just get in there, right, and just fucking put my hands in there, I probably could help my mom's heart or something like that. And the guy's like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't know anything about fucking medical stuff, but I know if I could just put my hand in there, I can help her or whatever. That's like Frogan when she starts talking about political issues. Like, I just fucking know that if I was just in fucking Gaza, I could convince these people to stop killing each other. That's what I hear every time Frogan speaks.
Frogan has taken to Twitter many times to overshare and write stories about the many injustices she's faced in her daily life. Like, girl, we didn't ask for all that. But whatever. When you closely examine some of these stories, the holes start to show through. One of the first examples of this that I've come across was a story that Frogan told around 2021.
Thinking about the time when my professor assigned me, the only Arab in the class, to do a project about the Arab-Israeli conflict and failed me when I talked about how Palestine is occupied by Israel.
Dude, that does sound like, again, it sounds, this could be schizo, but that does sound like bullshit. And I know for a matter of fact that she's done this before, where she's written like she like lied about her therapist. So fuck. Again, I wish the therapist stuff came first, because that's what I'm personally familiar with. And I think that story is a lot more, like, that story is like pretty fucking clear she was lying. But I mean, based on other shit that I've seen from Frogan, this does kind of sound like some bullshit, like, and they clapped moment.
About the Arab-Israeli conflict and failed me when I talked about how
Hasan is her white savior. Does Hasan count as white?
Palestine is occupied by Israel.
Yeah, maybe your paper was just bad.
There are a couple of things here. The way she frames this story, she hints that this was assigned to her because of discrimination and that she was...
Do you know that this person is only 42% more Arab than Anissa Jamha?
Failed...
Just to be only 42% more.
Telling the truth. We aren't given any further details. What were the notes the professor gave for the project? What were the sources she used for this assignment? Why was she the only one assigned this project? What kind of class was this? I decided to look through her tweets and see if she gave any other details on the situation. The next tweet where she talks about this is from 2017.
I'll never forget when I had to write about the Arab-Israeli conflict and my professor gave me an F because what I said about Israel was wrong.
The second tweet doesn't give much detail either. The third tweet referencing this story is from 2016 and a reply to another tweet.
This is like when my professor made me write about the Arab-Israeli conflict and gave me a D on the paper.
It wouldn't be a...
Wait, is she using AI or is she telling this story to her chat and fucking Stardust is just like implemented into the fucking video? That's funny.
Tweet without some self-victimization peppered in there.
me, the only hijabi in the class.
The interesting thing in this tweet
is that a slur? Can I use that terminology? The only hijabi in the class. I feel like I can't say that out of context. Can you call somebody that? That just seems like not allowed. I feel like you can't say that. Is that like a reclaiming the slur type thing? Did I already fuck it up? It's a term? Lol, no? Am I canceled for just saying it like that? Like, can I say that? I think I'm in trouble.
She still doesn't give any details, but
I'll censor it when I post the VOD, just in case.
Is different from what she has said previously. She says that she got a D, not an F.
Damn.
So most recently, Frogan got into a fight with Ethan Klein for her wording in a certain tweet. The tweet that she and Ethan fought over was actually written during a stream of hers.
Alright, this fucking drama is so good. Alright, I don't care. Like, even if you're not a huge fucking Stardust fan, this is gonna be really funny. I almost want to full screen this drama. This is because this is like the part of the Hasan Ethan conflict that doesn't get talked about enough, and I'm so glad there's a fucking video essay for
February
it.
29th, she started off by talking about her session with her therapist that day.
I had therapy today. It was my second session, and she was like, "So, has there anything happened since the last time you saw me?" So basically, some shit happened with a creator I talked to my therapist about, and then I gave
You
her
can
a
just
rundown of
tell.
everything that happened.
You
like,
can
on social
tell
media.
this
She
person's
was like,
crazy by the nose ring.
So basically, some shit happened with a creator I talked to my therapist about, and then I gave her like the rundown of everything that happened like on social media. She was like, "Yeah, you know, like sometimes we need to filter ourselves. Like we don't need to say everything on our mind. Like for example, somebody could be wearing the same pair of underwear for a week, and then that doesn't mean they have to go off and tweet about their stinky vagina." Yeah, I was like, what? I was like, what is happening here?
Which, by the way, I think is hilarious. She then goes on to talk about an incident that made her question being with her current therapist.
But the thing is that, what are those? Kind of
Jesus
set me off and kind of gave me the it is. So then I brought up Palestine. I was like, I talked political issues, I was talking about Palestine, and then she said,
dude, imagine going to your therapist. Like, what's bothering you? Okay, so there's the Gaza Strip, right? It's like, all right, but no, Frogan, talk about you. Like, what makes you tick? What is your thing? So they're killing people on the Gaza Strip. No, Frogan. Like, how is your dating life? So there's people dying in the Gaza Strip. I can't imagine how you can give this person fucking therapy.
Set me off and kind of gave me the it is. So then I brought up Palestine. I was like, I talked political issues, I was talking about Palestine, and then she said the kicker. So this time in particular, I went on my way to find a woman of color therapist because I thought there'd be some empathy and relation to my experiences as a visual minority, a visible minority. And
that's a fucking Freudian clip right there. A visual minority, because then they're gonna find out that you're half white. Oh. Dude, stick the beans in rice. Woo.
I started talking about like Palestine and everything, and then she's like, "Yeah, like as a black woman, I don't really care about what's happening in Palestine because in America, I can walk outside."
Where's that Eminem song, bro? Where's that Eminem song? I love. Oh, you know what? You know what that's like? You're half white. Vanilla Ice. Stick the beans in rice. I'm eating you alive inside. Jesus Christ! Would you stop? Oh, it's Benzino. Oh fuck! Which one is that? Jesus. You make a lot more money than you do from rap. You'll never be famous. Life's a bitch, ain't it, Raymond? Fuck. Oh god, this is gonna kill me. Is it the sauce? What you stop for, dummy? If you slew some crack, you make a lot more money than you do from rap.
They try to fuck us with Obi and 58 men spread like you were the shit. I was like the least you get. I'd already had his poster aftermath, yeah.
No, that's not it. Benzino dis. Nail in the coffin, that's what it is. It's a good song, dude.
Or discriminate against my house because I'm a black woman. So to me, Palestine is just another place. I'm like, you know what? Like that. And I don't give it up.
I probably shouldn't have read that one line right before I hit play on the video. I disavow the context there that was created by people who are not reading into it. So yeah.
He's completely dismissive.
You're gonna get in trouble? Why?
Of her therapist's words.
It's a song.
Interprets them in the worst way possible.
Wait, you said wait, oh fuck, you're right. You're right. I shouldn't have said that.
It could have been.
I need to not post this part.
Just as simple as a therapist saying,
dude, somebody's gonna clip that wildly. I've got Text with Frogan on the screen.
In an offhand comment that she doesn't know about.
I disavow. That was not the intention. It was all at the half white line. I forgot the next line was like fucking cold-blooded murder.
He could have still been willing to listen to Frogan and hear her talk about her feelings, as well as help her with her coping methods. If it truly happened the way she's describing it, she should discontinue seeing that therapist.
Dude, like, least unhinged Nick reaction, and it's just be like, shoot him in the fucking head!
I have my doubts because it wouldn't be the first time that she took a therapist's actions or anyone's actions
Isn't
in a
this
worst
Nicholas
possible
DeOrio
way.
guy
And here,
like one of those
Frogan sends a tweet that launched 1,000 ships.
Okay, so here's my
dudes
therapy
too?
after 5
I was
years.
saying it to her half white side. Yeah, dude, that's better.
Therapy 5 years after a bad experience with a Zionist therapist, saw a woman of color therapist assuming relative empathy, mentioned Palestine, and new therapist sees it as just another place and not caring or being knowledgeable due to discrimination she faces in America.
He receives backlash immediately. Keep in mind that Frogan at this point has a history of pretty problematic tweets. The way she has referred to Zionists in the past
No, not problematic tweets. Oh, here we go.
strange. And while it isn't a problem all of the time, a decent amount of people are referring to Jews when they say the word Zionist. So it's reasonable for a lot of people.
Yeah,
on Twitter to take
Zionist
issue with the
literally
tweet
just
and
means
question
Jew
her.
now.
But even
It's literally just Jew that I don't like is a Zionist. That's literally what it means on Twitter.
Klein notices the tweet. He calls out Frogan on his show.
I'm going to say this because it pissed me off. And being an anti-Semite openly and proudly is now likes on Twitter. Frogan, she tweeted out, she goes, I have a problem with my Zionist therapist. Just call him a Jew. I'm sorry, but you can't talk like that about any other minority.
Yeah, so Ethan says this and she comes out and goes, my therapist fucking started going off about fucking Israel or something.
My Zionist therapist? Who'd you talk your Zionist therapist? Did you get those level of details from them? You had an in-depth conversation about the politics of...
Dude, yeah, so Ethan put her in this position, right? And now she has to come out and go, yeah, dude, instead of talking about me, I paid money to my therapist to talk about my fucking disdain for fucking Israel.
Zionism with your therapist? No, I know what you mean. You mean Jew.
He makes a good point. When is it acceptable to target any group like this? It's hypocritical for Frogan, someone who's very quick to talk about discrimination she faces, to do this. Frogan replies trying to explain herself.
When I say my therapist was a Zionist, when I went back to her in 2019, I mean, she literally brought up that I was Lebanese unprompted and confronted me on it, saying she was Israeli. She asked if I had a problem with that, if I felt like Israel had a right to exist, started asking more and more if I was frustrated with Islam and have considered taking off my hijab. I asked her if she was all right with me being Lebanese, and she got really aggressive.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not theory crafting here. That didn't happen. This absolutely didn't happen. This is like the biggest not happening moment ever. Hold on, dude. Can we play some fucking... Hold on. I need gaming music, that'll do. Here. Is this gonna be good? Here. This is good. When I say my therapist was a Zionist, when I went back to her in 2019, I mean, she literally brought up that I was Lebanese unprompted and then confronted me on it, saying she was Israeli. She asked if I had a problem with that. If I felt like Israel had the right to exist. She started asking more and more if I was frustrated with Islam and had considered taking off my hijab. I asked her if she was alright with me being Lebanese, and she got really aggressive, accusing me of flipping it on her and refusing to answer. So when I say Zionist, I don't mean she was Jewish, in quotations. I mean she was racist. A racist Israeli who could not help herself but to confront me about my ethnicity in what was supposed to be a therapy session. Alright, I have to delete one comment from chat. That's gotta go. Sorry. Alright, yeah, this didn't happen. This just did not happen. I don't care. You could show me fucking 4K Ultra HD Dolby Digital posts, fucking fart compilation. It's not real.
Accusing me of flipping it on her and refused to answer.
That didn't happen.
So
it wasn't even a good lie. True.
I say Zionist, I don't mean she was Jewish. I mean she
I want to hear
accusing me of flipping
Frogan's.
it on her and refused to answer. So when I say Zionist, I don't mean she was Jewish. I mean she was a racist Israeli who could not help herself but confront me about my ethnicity and what was supposed to be a therapy session.
So remember that word, unprompted. Now Frogan goes on to elaborate further. She replies to her own tweet
This
saying,
actually
You're talking about it
happened.
the day it
If this actually happened, she would say the therapist's name and try to get her fired. Sonic Show, you are 100% right. That is totally in line with what this person would do. Yeah.
Briefly, 4.5 years ago. I just went to therapy for the first time, and after talking about my dad fleeing the Israel-Lebanon war, she was like, I'm Israeli. Do you have any issues with me being your therapist? Bruh, I was so taken aback. My mom told me I should switch because that wasn't professional. What are your thoughts on this? Because I'm genuinely so conflicted right now.
Comparing her original tweet and the story she tweeted at Ethan, the stories are glaringly different. The original claim was that the therapist asked her, do you have an issue with me being your therapist? Which is vastly different from, she confronted me on being Muslim, asked if Israel had the right to exist, if I was frustrated with Islam.
Yeah, so she walks it back.
Whether I've considered taking off my hijab. Wouldn't all of this have made it into the original tweet?
This is like, I'm so fucking retarded. I now have to rewrite this again so I can try to lie better the second time.
Actually happened. It's almost like she's underhandedly saying this Israeli Zionist Jew saw my hijab and is trying to brainwash me.
Jesus Christ. That is some imagery to put on the screen.
Wouldn't all of this have made it into the original tweet if that's what actually happened? It's almost like she's underhandedly saying this Israeli Zionist Jew saw my hijab and is trying to brainwash me.
Like, it's crazy that half the shit that Frogan says doesn't sound like it would be all too crazy to come out of like Nick Fuentes' mouth in these conflicts. Like, if you read Frogan's Twitter, like, can we make a game show chat? Like, I think Dave used to do this. It was like who made the tweet. Can we get like now some of Nick Fuentes' stuff since his account's back up, and then take Frogan's account and just swap the pictures, and you have to like decide who said this, Frogan or Nick Fuentes. That would be a really funny game. We should set that up for next stream.
The only explanation for why her
We do
story
like a
changed so much
poll?
is that she was traumatized by it so much that she didn't want to tell the whole thing. But we all know if that
It shouldn't even just be Frogan. It should be like famous YouTubers during the Israel-Palestine conflict and Nick Fuentes. That would be like a really funny fucking stream segment.
actually happened, it would have been in the original tweet because she'd be grasping at any chance to play victim. The story only changed when she
I like the editing on this. If like again, you wouldn't know this person does live streams predominantly.
To save her. She added all these details to make the therapist seem way worse. So remember when I said, remember that word?
Like, I think I edit my videos well, but I think I stream like shit. And I understand that. And I think people generally get that, like, I'm not, like I'm a streamer, but I'm not, like, a good streamer. If anything, like, people watch me for the things I say, not for, like, my production value. That could definitely be raised.
Frogan said, unprompted. Does this look unprompted to you? She quite literally brings it up first, saying, after talking about my dad fleeing the Israel-Lebanon war, where is the unprompted part here? Make it make sense. Additionally, it seems like the therapist was being considerate. It looks like Frogan is being dishonest here. Her therapist was looking out for her. It makes sense that if she has trauma surrounding the Israel-Lebanon...
Or Stardust. This conversation never happened. It's entirely made up, and maybe she doesn't even go to therapy. Dude, YouTubers can just come out and say, yeah, I went to therapy for this, and people just believe them. Why? Why do people believe them? Oh, I talked to somebody about this. I'm going to therapy to be a better guy. Dude, I'm sorry. You could just say you went to therapy, and everyone just automatically has to assume, okay, you're a better person now. I didn't realize that you've already gone to therapy. Congratulations on your recovery.
War that she might have some feelings about having an Israeli therapist, and she would even agree with that therapist.
When I started therapy a few years back, my therapist being Muslim, I was so uncomfortable at the thought because I didn't want her judging me. But she was the best person I've ever met. It's important to have a mental health worker that understands your culture/religion.
Another thing to note is the inconsistencies every time she's told this story. She's told it many times. So, is she being honest? I don't really think so.
No, she's not
look
being
at how
honest.
she even talks about Ethan responding to her tweet.
TLDR, Ethan came after me again, unprompted. I got pinned as
unprompted
anti-Semite, and I had to do a response. It's fucking dumb.
Unprompted, yet again. So, she says she got pinned as an anti-Semite. I wonder why people might think that about her. I mean, look at the way that she talks about Zionists.
Is there really a difference between the KKK and Zionists? So why do some of you go out of
Jesus.
your way to see a film with a Zionist in the leading role? If you said yes, what's the difference? She is a Zionist. She deserves to be bothered. Zionism justifies the killing of Palestinian people so they can take back their homeland. Stop defending a Zionist. Would you defend somebody in ISIS? The best version of yourself will never happen when you're a Zionist. Why are Zionists socially accepted?
You have to read this as Jew, because she means Jew, just to be clear. Like, she went on this whole song and dance about how she doesn't mean Jew. She means Jew.
Hollywood's idea of showing America how not elitist they are is by gracing a theater full of normies with their presence and chuck them hot dogs.
I would hate to be in the same room with
This is AI. She used AI for this. That's pretty smart. I was like, I'm using that for like with Tipster and stuff. That's what I was using for my video. But in general, I think the use of AI is really cool here. I know, everyone cries when I say fucking, I like AI. But having a content creator read their own words is a pretty solid use of AI in commentary. I don't really think that there's anything ethically bad about that.
Zionist.
What does this even mean?
It adds a lot to the video. Like, I don't have to read it. I don't have to go get Bull Blacks to read it or whatever. I can have, like, them read their own words in their own fucking voice.
Hasan is talking about Hollywood and she brings up Zionists. Is she doing the Zionist-run Hollywood trope? We know where that came
Only
from, right?
fucking thing that I'm worried about is YouTube's gonna say deep faking voices are totally banned, and I'm gonna have to go back and clip all of it out in 4 years. That's the only reason I'm a little hesitant to do this, is I feel like this is a one policy change away from fucking my whole channel.
Blank runs Hollywood. Also, it's a little bit dehumanizing and troubling to see her talk about not wanting to be in the same room with a Zionist. It feels weird. So, with all these tweets...
Well, it wouldn't feel weird if it was an actual Zionist she's talking about, but she means Joe.
Blame anyone for thinking she is anti-Semitic or worse. And it turns out her current therapist was right about one thing. She could have avoided...
Like, Zionism is like the new Nazi. It's like everyone's a Nazi. So nobody's a Nazi. So people who actually fucking act like Nazis don't get, like, held to the same standard because we use Nazi for fucking everybody we don't like on Twitter now. We've totally watered down the word. And that's the same community that did that, is the same community that's, like, making Jew into Zionist now. And any Jewish person is just a Zionist because we're mad about the fucking Gaza conflict or whatever.
Entire fiasco.
She was like, yeah, you know, like sometimes we need to filter ourselves. Like, we don't need to say everything on our mind. Like, for example, somebody could be wearing the same pair of underwear for a week, and then that doesn't mean they have to go off and tweet about their stinky vagina. Stinky vagina. Stinky vagina.
I feel like it's a very personal example for you.
Vagina. Stinky vagina.
All right, we get it, Star.
As we step backwards, we need to address when Ethan and Frogan had their first dust-up.
Jesus Christ, that's a grotesque image.
On October 7th,
is that when he was doing Trish of Hayes?
Hamas operatives and other radical Islamist groups in Gaza launched a surprise attack on Israel. In the early morning hours, social media was flooded with graphic images and videos. People watched innocent civilians brutalized, lives snuffed out, and the remains of those lives desecrated. It was already a hard sight for any person who came across those images and videos. For someone connected to the conflict, it was probably a living nightmare. But for others, they acted first and thought later. They took the opportunity to virtue signal in the worst moment possible.
Dude, I don't know a lot about this conflict, but there's one fucking thing I do know. There was a woman who was clearly fucking dead. Okay, her family was holding out hope. They had videos of people, like, dragging her lifeless fucking corpse and stuff like that. And people were saying that she was raped, all right? And then people would go, I think literally Hasan Piker is one of these people who were like, no, dude, the cool fucking Houthi, is it Houthi? Is that the right word? No, I don't know that. I don't know what the terminology was, but basically the fucking Palestinian people who walked into like a fucking rave type party and shot at civilians instead of fighting IDF soldiers, like fucking killed this girl, right? Obviously killed this girl. And, like, they were like, no, they were giving her medical attention. She's totally fine. That's why she's, like, lying motionless in their fucking car and stuff like that. And, like, defended these people. And then eventually it came out that she was, like, obviously fucking dead. That was one of the most insane... That was, like, the most eye-opening moment that I saw.
This preach and foam at the mouth at the thought of a revolution happening in America, but as soon as...
Like, that was on... Like, I have a lot of things I don't like Hasan about, but that was genuinely disgusting fucking, like, on-the-ground reporter behavior. Like, it was like, everyone was holding out hope. Like, you don't know for sure she's dead. And then when they found out, they found, like, fucking DNA or whatever that would come from, like, the inside of her skull. It was like, oh, wow. That's actually super sad. It's like, you're just a piece of shit. And you're literally, like, propaganda for the people who killed her.
In the Middle East, what they're doing is wrong.
Frogan tweeted this at 5:28 a.m. Eastern Time. That's 11:28 a.m. in Israel. That's before the attack was even
like, what Hasan does is infinitely more harmful than what I do. Okay, I make fucking stupid YouTube drama videos and make fun of losers online. This guy manipulates people in regards to, like, fucking huge world events, okay, and fucking does on-the-ground reporting that's extremely biased. That's infinitely more damaging than YouTube drama content that realistically doesn't matter in the grand scheme of life.
In Israel, and before they finished counting bodies. Ethan decided to unfollow her after days of her tweeting completely unhinged things following the October 7th attack. Ethan's wife, Hila, is from Israel and still has family in Israel. Instead of looking at her...
Like, in this Hasan conflict and this stupid Frogan conflict, their dumb, retarded audiences that they've created and pandered to were, like, making a bunch of... Like, you couldn't tell if it was a Hasan fan or, like, a fucking schizo alt-writer that would show up in my fucking comment section or whatever. Because every time you talk about Ethan, you get crazy people who just, like, hate Jews in the comments. And I try to, like, purge them. I don't make it a huge public thing, but, like, when people write that, like, I don't know, Gila Klein kills kids unironically or whatever. Not like the fucking animated video that was pretty shitty too, but it was still funny, right? But like people like Gila Klein murdered 6 children or whatever in the IDF, or like making 50 comments about Ethan's a Jew or whatever. You wouldn't be able to tell if they were a Hasan fan or like a fucking crazy racist in your comment section.
You're on social media and doing some critical thinking about why she was unfollowed, she started to post on social media about it.
That feel when one of your favorite content creators unfollows for being pro-Palestine.
Hey dumb, being pro-Hamas isn't being pro-Palestine, just so you know. And then, when that wasn't enough, she took to Hasan's Discord.
Ethan Klein unfollowed me.
The thing is though, you don't have to purge those people. I don't know if people realize this, but they've like really ramped up YouTube comment whatever. There's like a tier of content. Like if you have things that get flagged
Isn't
in your
this
YouTube
Nicholas
comments.
DeOrio guy like one of those fucking crypto fascist dudes too?
There's like a thing where you can go in and you can accept comments that YouTube thinks are fucked, right? And I don't read that. Like I don't sit there and go through and read that and like okay comments. So like if they don't do it in 30 days, I think YouTube auto deletes it. You can manually go in there and fix it. But when you go into that page, there's a second page that you have to manually scroll to all the way at the bottom and click a disclaimer, and then they'll show you like the really bad comments, right? Those guys don't even make it to the filter folder. They're in a filter folder of the filter folder. Those people's comments are never appearing on my videos because I'm never actually going to take the time to spend like and go through and fucking okay all of these comments or delete these comments or something like that. So they just sit there and in 30 days they expire. But like it is really hard to have that shit in your comment section now. I mean, a few things squeak through, but it's not like you even really have to purge it anymore. YouTube does it automatically.
Oh, Mao. Why am I sad? LNO. Ethan, all support the IDS. Follow me. Ethan probably was like, this damn Arab supports Hamas.
It's disgusting and disgraceful for her to make an accusation of racism against Ethan with no evidence to do so. It cheapens it when anyone actually does have a legitimate accusation against someone for being racist. Unfortunately, as we've seen, this is a mainstay in Frogan's behavior. She has an incredible victim complex and cheapens everything that she touches.
Honestly, this video is kind of flown. We're already 25 minutes into this fucking video, and I've enjoyed it, to be honest. I don't know. I feel like people want me to shit on Stardust, but I don't think this video is that bad.
Game if you want a cooperative game to play with your friends, whether it be you just chilling at night or you want something competitive.
They f***ed up Sonic!
Jesus.
Up Sonic! Frogan, the dumb person I don't like on the internet, just got promoted by Sonic the Hedgehog. They're ruining the
Yeah, she did a really good job.
Over, dude.
I'm pleasantly surprised. She was nervous for me watching this. I think outside of that one shaky comment, there's not really much for me to critique here.
Over, dude.
In terms of like content argumentation.
This guy.
Like I said, she cheapens everything she touches. By the way, remember when Frogan implied Ethan takes shots at her unprompted?
Ethan came after me again, unprompted.
Oh, I'm glad we loop back to this because that's not true.
I just quietly unfollowed her, okay? I didn't like the tweet she was making. I thought they were like leaning too much towards pro-Hamas, and I just didn't like it. I didn't want to see it. And so I quietly unfollowed her. I didn't make a big deal. I didn't say anything. But like she got to turn it into this whole big thing that turns into a drama that's now being posted all over the internet.
What's unprompted about this? She literally did what her therapist pointed out she has a problem with. Taking her stinky thoughts and stinky opinions.
Bro, you know what? Dude, the fucking woke version is like acknowledging that this therapy session probably didn't happen. The based version is implying that it did happen and taking the therapist's side. That's actually an angle for this I've never seen someone make before. So like I'm actually super interested to hear this.
Anyone who will listen. It's unnecessary. And it gets worse.
That face when one of your favorite content creators unfollows you for being pro-Palestine. Like, first of all, the framing of that is...
Yeah, that's literally... Dude, Ethan attacked me unprompted. Goes on fucking Twitter. One of my favorite creators fucking unfollowed me for being pro-Palestine. You know, this is the same clip. You see this? This is the same clip. He's reacting to Frogan talking shit. Obviously not tagging, but like, I would absolutely respond to this person. You asked for it.
Okay. Let's not even go there. You don't even know why I unfollowed you. You don't know. You have no information. We've never even talked. Ethan Prob was like, this damn Arab supports Hamas. That's not funny. That's not funny at all. Like the whole framing of this is really...
Wait. Oh my god. Ethan Klein unfollowed Frogan, and then Frogan's just crying on fucking Discord.
Cruel. Ethan, I'll support the IDF refollow.
Yeah, she's just a liar.
I don't support the IDF either. It's not funny. She goes, but as soon as it happens in the Middle East, what they're doing is wrong. She's implying that what Hamas is doing is right. I mean, she's basically all but saying it. She's saying, as soon as a revolution happens in the Middle East, then all of a sudden what they're doing is wrong. She's saying, in her opinion, that what they're doing is right because it's a revolution. It was just wanton, blatant, full-blown depravity. Okay? And if you think that that's right, then I don't want to know you.
And I think that's fair. Unfortunately, Frogan's response isn't much better.
And then I made a joke. I was like, Ethan, I'll support the IDF if you follow me. And then I made another joke. I was like, Ethan probably like, this damn Arab supports
Even
Hamas.
if you,
But he
I'll
kind of implied that
support
I
the
support Hamas, which I
IDF
don't.
if you refollow me. Is that what she just fucking said? Now she's talking too fast.
And then I made another joke. I was like, Ethan probably like, this damn Arab supports Hamas. But he kind of implied that I support Hamas, which I don't.
I don't believe that.
Kind of implied? No, he said that he thinks you support Hamas. That's not a kind of implied. He was pretty fucking explicit.
Those are jokes. You know how Hasan's chat has been reacting to Ethan since the 7th. You knew at least a decent portion would.
And I don't think the video really explained it, but like, yeah, the Hasan audience was fucking. It literally looked. I'm using this terminology and I'm not using it lightly. It looked like Nazi adjacent commentary. That's really what it looked like. Hasan's audience was virtually indistinguishable from a fucking groiper spamming Ethan's comment section.
Take you seriously. Secondly, he didn't imply you supported Hamas. You did.
I responded to him. I said, I did not say children and burning families alive is a revolution.
You kind of did.
It's a tactic Israel has specialized in for over 70 years. I haven't seen you post about their.
This is just cheap whataboutism. Secondly, he has talked about the Palestinian people. Even if he didn't, he's not the one who made this beef public. You are.
Your first post here in the past week is to call me out for supporting Palestinians fighting back.
Again, because you made a big deal of him unfollowing you.
What is revolution to you if not overthrowing prison guards that keep 2 million people from leaving, shelling their homes, wantonly civilians, mostly children, for the past 70 years to the approval of international community? The American Revolution was fought over for less than the unrelenting massacre of their people.
I don't even know what to say here. Are you supporting Hamas's actions or not? Because what happened on October 7th was so.
Yeah, she wants her cake and then eat it too. She doesn't want the. She wants all the accolades being based edgy fucking Muslim woman online who talks hella shit about the Zionists, but she also doesn't want all the fucking baggage that gets associated with making fucking basically anti-Semitic comments.
Hamas and other radical Islamist groups. Are you not aware of this?
Why are you leaning towards?
She's a coward. That's the worst part of it. She's such an outspoken coward. It's crazy that you could be such a coward and also be so ridiculously outspoken. It doesn't make sense that you could be both of those things, but she somehow makes it work.
Pro Hamas. Is it because I am an Arab Muslim girl? Is this the life of an Arab Muslim girl on the internet? I tweet something pro Palestine. Yeah, the funny hat I wear. Yeah, the funny hat I wear. Is that what's giving it pro Hamas?
Oh, I know this one. It's just a joke, guys. She's not implying
Wait,
anything's
how
racist,
are you
right?
id-polling right now? Like, she's literally being the racist and the id-poll. Like, this is. You ever watch Woke versus Racist? She's both of them here. What the fuck?
From Frogan's initial reactions, instead of trying to remain somewhat level-headed, Frogan implies that Ethan Klein is racist. And that it would be crazy to think that Frogan supports Hamas. But would it really be crazy to think that?
Leftists preach and foam at the mouth at the thought of a revolution happening in America, but as soon as it happens in the Middle East, what they're doing is wrong. Civilian deaths, okay. Still, where would this end?
It's a revolution. They were fucking killing people at a fucking rave. Dude, I don't know. I feel like a revolution is when you shoot, like, the soldiers, not, like, the civilians, but I don't know. I feel like that whole conflict is super fucking complicated, and everyone just wants to boil it down to, like, wow, these Palestinian people are all terrorists, or wow, the IDF are all fucking like Nazi soldiers that are just mowing down children in the streets. And they're like, it's actually super fucking easy, Nick. Why don't you just take the correct side? And it's like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about either, asshole. Okay, so when I say I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm the only one who's being honest in this situation. You're just sitting here fucking playing team sports with like dead children and bombed babies, okay? That's the reality of the situation, okay? I'm with whoever side kills less women and children. That's my fucking position on Israel-Palestine. When the dust settles, I'll look at the statistics and I'll tell you who I'm rooting for. All right, that's where I stand on the issue. I'm not going to go sit here and get egg on my face and take a definitive side when the fucking engagements are blowing up fucking children and women. All right, let's be honest.
For Palestinians for all these years. Next video idea.
Not that I need to take a side on it either. Not that anyone on this fucking platform needs to hear what Nick DeOrio thinks about third world fucking politics, bro. Not that anyone here needs to hear what I have. And I almost regret talking about Ukraine in any capacity either, because it's just such a worthless thing to hear a fucking drama YouTuber's take. Like, oh, look at me, I'm Ian from Smosh. This is my opinion on Palestine. Suck a dick, dude. Holy fuck. I don't know who this is marketed towards. You mean the guy who did Pokemon IRL has a real interesting take on the fucking political discourse right now? Half of these people aren't even qualified to give the news that they give. At least those people are a little bit more educated. And the rest are only doing it because they get big social credit points for being on Palestine's side. Or Israel's side. Because there's literally accolades for taking either side in this conflict. And the vast majority of these people are too fucking stupid to function. They just lie and act like they're fucking intelligent.
People on Twitter will suck the toes of Ukraine, but draw the line at Palestine. Where has the empathy been for Palestinians since 1948? Be so real right now, Lamau. As an Arab, the history of the occupation of Palestine was instilled in my upbringing, and the first topic I was ever politically...
What's your opinion on your favorite pasta and pizza? Well, New York is New York, so you can get pizza basically anywhere. I feel like my favorite pizza place is the one across the street from Madison Square Garden. I actually saw a commercial they did the other day. But the one right across the street from Madison Square Garden is fire, okay? It hits super... I don't know if it's my favorite because usually when I go there, I'm a little drunk. But, yeah, I would say the one right across the street from Madison Square Garden, good pizza. And I don't know. I'm like a spaghetti guy. I don't know. Dude... Rigatoni. I don't know what my favorite pasta would be.
Aware about. If you are uneducated about a topic, you do not have to speak on everything. Ask questions, listen, and learn.
Okay, so I can't speak as an Arab, but I can speak as a Muslim. And yes, it's true that a lot of us grow up learning about Palestine, learning about Israel, learning about that conflict. That does not mean that you excuse terrible crimes against humanity. This is not a team sport. These are lives.
Thank you. This is not a team sport, is like the quote of the video.
With all of this back and forth, of course we would see this drama bleed over, right into the podcast that Hasan and Ethan host together, Leftovers. In the last episode of Leftovers, Ethan and Hasan talk on stream about the Israel-Palestine conflict. Ethan brings up Twitter to critique the actions of Frogan, and people like Frogan in a roundabout way.
I don't think people who say I support Palestine are pro-Hamas. That's insane.
Okay.
It's like the opposite of everything I've ever said, okay? There is something I noticed that rubbed me wrong, which was that as the news was breaking, as people were still calling in saying, I'm in my safe house, I hear the terrorists outside my neighbors. People are on Twitter or whatever, or activists, whoever, saying, let's go Palestine. Go Palestine. So how am I? It's the timing, Hasan. It's important. Like, we got to make this huge distinction. When people are saying go Palestine as their terrorist people, that to me, I don't know who else they're cheering on other than Hamas.
In his usual fashion.
I'm just saying, like, if people were tweeting, hell yeah, dude, I love fucking, I don't know. God, it's so annoying to actually have to talk. I'm putting my fucking hand down. Never mind.
Very cagey, trying to excuse.
I feel like I've spoken about like actual fucking politics way too much in this fucking video. I'm gonna go back to making fun of Frogan. I know my lane. I'm sick. I'm going back to it.
It's describing.
There's an asymmetry to the violence, but there's also an asymmetry to the coverage as well.
Okay, asymmetry. I don't know how that's relevant.
So let me ask you this though.
Yeah.
When Lindsey Graham goes on and says this is a religious war and we must ethnically cleanse, we must wipe our enemies,
should get the same coverage.
No, I know, but it doesn't, Ethan.
Whataboutism. All right. At a certain point, Ethan seems to know that he isn't getting the acknowledgement he needs.
Just to get a direct answer, where as the terrorist attacks are happening, there's people calling saying my neighbors are being shot by terrorists right now, and there's people saying go Palestine. Are they talking about Palestinian freedom or are they encouraging Hamas? The Israelis.
I don't know.
This entire conversation seems to be Ethan.
Bro, you do know. You absolutely do know, bro. Are you serious? God, dude, he was such a coward in that conversation. I don't know, man. They could just be like, just good. They could be freedom fighters, dude.
Get Hasan to acknowledge how terrible the timing is and actually condemn people celebrating before the dust has even settled. It's part of his broader point that people need to be able to empathize with their enemies.
I can't get over how haggard Ethan is looking. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Ethan looks a lot better now. It feels like after this whole Leftovers thing ended and he like shed half these terrible people from his life or whatever, it seems like he's really been up good.
Hasan, for whatever reason, seems unwilling to do that and dances around this for hours.
Like, your take about...
Keep in mind, like, while we're watching this, King of Nothing, like, used this as a point to critique Ethan. Somehow. Like, he found a way to make this, like, an anti-Ethan thing. When this is, like, predominantly, like, 100% him and the right. I don't think he mentioned Frogan, but, like, this whole Hasan conflict is like, wow, Ethan really can't keep a podcast together when fucking Hasan is weaseling on him right now. Like, dude, so what you're saying is... There's no difference when they're fucking tweeting out pro-Hamas, like, sorry, pro-Palestinian shit right after Hamas is, like, committing an active terrorist attack. Well, you know, Ethan, it's pretty nuanced. You don't know that for sure, so you really can't say that. These people could just be like, you know, they're just freedom fighters, dude. And fucking King of Nothing was watching that and went, wow. I don't like Hasan Piker, but he's hella spitting here. Like, okay, cool,
listen,
dude.
Gazans are under apartheid. They're being genocided and all this, which is all true.
And that is what's causing this violent retaliation.
What's causing this violent retaliation, which is all true. I'm sorry, but...
Did you guys see Hasan lie and pretend he didn't know who Tom was today? That was weird. Dude, if you know who I am, then you know who Tom is. That's, like, insane.
It's not the fucking same as saying, let's go Palestine as bodies are hitting the floor.
Like, he pulled, like, a no bullshit today and who mega lulled Tom. And I think he's literally referenced Tom before. I think didn't Tom, like, meet him?
Point they wrap up the show, and Ethan apologizes to Frogan, which I still don't think he was wrong to be upset over. I don't want to question Hasan's motives here, but given his history of problematic tweets, his usage of racially based insults,
and incels,
and his denial of that took place on October 7th, I wonder why Hasan is covering for Frogan. Does he have something to hide? I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I want to show it briefly because I think it's important. After more talks about Israel and Palestine, Ethan realizes that he doesn't think he can talk further about the conflict. As usual, Frogan jumps on the moment to criticize him. She volunteers her stinky opinion once again. I think it's pretty insensitive and honestly indicative that you're coming from a place of privilege if you can't see why Ethan wouldn't be able to talk about this topic at length. I think Hutch said it best. Ethan spent literal hours unflinchingly criticizing Israel, and thousands of deranged idiots still spam his socials with accusations of being a Zionist war criminal being leveled at both him and his wife. Can you not understand why he would want to avoid the topic for now? At some point after their last Leftovers episode, Ethan and Hasan have a call, where they talk about the conflict again. Ethan, at a certain point in that call, takes a look at Hasan's chat and asks him about what they're saying about him. And what they are saying is pretty nasty.
What white people who are against Black Lives Matter have to say about the slogan itself, then why would I listen to people who are defending Israel on what the slogan means? Because the broader majority...
Anytime Hasan hits like this fucking pace, this tempo, like this, it's always the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Whenever he's like this aggressive in the conversation, he's usually coping about something. I've never heard him take that tone and then sound good.
The broadest majority of people who consider this to be an anti-Semitic slogan are, in my opinion, deploying it cynically. Not you.
By the way, I'm not even defending I'm not even like I'm just trying to tell you guys.
It's the butthurt tempo. Yeah.
How it feels, and I'm shocked that you don't care that people in your chat are saying, "Who the f is this child?" Cold, arrogant,
Ethan, I love you, but there's only so much I can do.
How can you be surprised when your Discord is literally full of?
Ethan, I love you, but there's only so much I can do if you're making that argument. You know that, right?
Bro, this is the guy who literally goes around telling everybody that Destiny's community is like stalking the fuck out of him and stuff like that. And then like when he gets criticized for openly like keeping this going and not really taking any action to help his friend on a podcast that they co-host, right? He's like, dude, Ethan, I love you, buddy. I love you, buddy. There's literally nothing I can do. Literally, you don't understand, Ethan. I'm a big fucking time streamer. There's not really much I could do. I can't tell my mods to ban all the times that people are talking about.
Right, like at a certain point, you're an adult, and the words that you're saying are going to be...
You're an adult, bro. This is... Dude, listen to this fucking guy. Just... That's insane.
...see by people in a certain way. I can't constantly tell my community to shut the f*** up. Like,
Dude, you could play this clip with him talking about Destiny, and it's like, I don't know how somebody hasn't done that yet.
I have, and I think they should, but at the end of the day, it's because I know you personally, and I think your heart is in the right place, but they don't know, so it's hard.
Like, this is literally like the you control your audience guy.
It's hard for people to view what you're saying beyond your words.
You the perspective. You disagree, that's it. I mean, what the f do you want from me?
Okay, but do you get where I'm coming from? Like, that's why I'm trying to...
I understand your analysis, dude.
Okay.
I understand your analysis.
I don't want my community to hurt your feelings. I don't want your feelings to be hurt
They're
either.
not hurting my feelings. They're monsters. They're like psychotic.
I think.
Damn, bro. Even spitting.
Not all of them, but there are a lot of them, and you don't seem to care about moderating.
That's not true.
Whereas when you're on my show, we really do care about what people.
Dude, fucking King of Nothing watched this and was like, "Yeah, dude, Ethan looks like an idiot here."
Say about you on Discord and chat, and we moderate it to keep like a good environment, but you don't seem to care about it.
There's no way I can shut off my chat. I mean, I can put it in emote mode, but that's it.
So Ethan brings up freaks in Discord. He says to Hasan, "Your Discord is filled with freaks." Frogan is a moderator for Hasan. Do you want to know what she's doing while this conversation is happening?
Ethan rehearsed his same 1 point in the mirror before going on stream. I swear to God, Ethan crying over Palestinian kids, that one Leftovers episode were crocodile tears. I would respect...
Ethan crying over Palestinian kids were crocodile tears. 11 Omega lols. Jesus. Dude, I wonder why people don't like this person.
I swear to God, Ethan crying over Palestinian kids, that one Leftovers episode were crocodile tears. I would respect Ethan much more if he just said he hated...
Wait, why does she have the fucking Twitch verified icon next to her name on Discord? Do people need, like, do you have to put, like, is this like a retard sign that you stick this on?
Arabs and went along with his day.
Accusing people of racism for no reason, once again.
Ethan is a minority?
Yeah, believe it or not, Jewish people are minorities. Remember, this
is a minority. Jesus. Yeah, guys, Zionism means Zionist only, not Jew.
Eventually in tears due to the abuse that he's receiving. For someone who claims to care about victims, to care about marginalized people, Frogan seems pretty cruel.
Purity testing.
Most recently in Frogan history, she got into heat because she criticized Ludwig. What did she criticize Ludwig over, you asked?
Dude, this is crazy too.
Donating to a Palestinian charity.
I find ultimately, like, if I were to do a charity thing where the charity thing relies on your donations, it should be something where, like, 90 fucking...
Dude, Ludwig comes out and donates money to charity, and it's like...
Into a Palestinian charity.
Dude, it's like Ludwig comes out, donates money to Palestinian charity, and this one's like, isn't there someone that you fucking forgot to ask, okay? You could have given that... I could have taken that money. I could use it too. Like, no, I'm just kidding. But it's like... Wow, what a fucking cowardly move. He only donated to Palestine.
Ultimately, like, if I were to do a charity thing where the charity thing relies on your donations, it should be something where, like, 90 fucking 5% of people feel good and are down for it. And, like, ultimately, regardless of what you think, that is not the situation here. So I personally donated 10K. Because I think it is worthwhile.
$10,000 to your cause. This is like Dark Viper levels of psychotic response to that.
And if you guys got some extra bread, I would recommend you donate. But I won't throw it on you, know what I mean? No thanks. There's some people are going to say that, you know what I mean? That's why it's the difference.
This is a cracker take.
This is a cracker take.
Between, like, hey, I can put my money where my mouth is, but I don't need to put your money there. I don't need to enter a debate about whether
Cracker
that's
ass
worthwhile.
take.
Cracker ass take. Like you, if I didn't tell you these clips are like legitimate, you'd think I spliced them together.
Hey, I know Arabs are dying, but you know.
I'm sorry, it just fucking frustrates me. Like, you can't even fucking donate. That's never even good enough.
Charity, making his chat aware of the charity, giving it public
That was a cracker ass take on my part, yeah.
publicity. But because he doesn't want to hound his chat to give to it as well, you're upset. If you want to say that Ludwig is performative, that's fine, but why even attack him on the basis of his skin color? That makes no sense to me. Arabs are dying. Well, I hate to say it, but a lot of people are dying. Do you have a cracker take as well? Because you haven't given to charity or encouraged people to give.
She's asking for rent money as she shames someone donating $10,000. Like, it just blows my fucking mind. I don't understand at all. How can you see someone donate $10,000 and throw a hissy fit and call him a fucking cracker? Look at me, I'm so based. I'm so edgy. I'm a Hasan fan. I can use the word cracker. See, look at me. I'm so cool. I'm half white and I call people cracker.
The charities that go towards other groups of people dying around the globe? I'd like to know that.
Do whatever you want.
Like, can you get your own fucking personality? Like, you and Denims are like you literally just regurgitate his fucking takes. Hasan shits something out, and then you go on stream and talk about it, or you wait for him to come back.
I don't know. Like I said, thinking about it, like think of the Twitch streamers that haven't said shit about Palestine. Think about the Twitch streamers that haven't, or like streamers in general. We're gonna go YouTube as well. YouTube and Twitch streamers that haven't said shit about Palestine until engagement.
This is literally it. Look at this. Look, this is insane.
Streamers that haven't said shit about Palestine until engagement was threatened.
Engagement was threatened. Bro, I have to ask, who the fuck isn't watching? Because I'm not talking about Israel-Palestine. Your view isn't worth my time. Fuck that. Don't watch.
But the ones that got the most shit for talking about Palestine since October 7th have been me, Caroline, Hasan. What were we talking about?
Yeah, because you're outspoken and wrong 99% of the time you're talking about it.
Oh, yeah. Streamers actually deserve to be shit talked, okay?
You fuckers need to talk. This is what I was talking to Chud Logic about today. You're like, you should apologize for this, and they apologize, and you're like, yeah, fuck you for apologizing, right? Like that's how like the drama cycle goes and stuff like that. It is like a genuine issue with it. I speak out against it. Some people don't agree with me. Whatever. All right. This is like, you should talk about Palestine. Okay, I will talk about Palestine. I will be donating $10,000. It's like, you're only fucking doing that because of the pressure. Okay, fuck you. I won't donate to Palestine next time. Suck a dick. You know what I mean? It's like this shaming, like you need to name and shame. Okay, I'll do it. Well, fuck you. You only did it because I told you to do it. It's such a toxic mentality. And it's crazy that you're doing this over dead children and women. Like, it's not even like, oh, you should apologize because someone's ego is hurt online. It's like, my opinion is more important than you donating that money that can go to fucking aid for people dying in fucking third world countries. This is crazy to me, dude.
Streamers that actually deserve to be talked. White Saviors is like, oh yeah, me, I donated $10,000, but I'm not going to promote it.
He is promoting it. He did promote it. He just didn't hound people to donate. That's all.
Just don't say you donated $10,000 then. Like, if you don't believe in the cause, and if you're not against genocide at this point, like, keep your money. Keep your $10,000. Keep your little chump change. Like, you want me to say, like, congratulations?
It makes sense that people aren't going to want to sit through their streamer unironically yelling at them to donate to a specific charity. People want to enjoy the streamer they're watching. It's leisure for them. Do you think Ludwig would keep or lose viewers if he did that? How would it affect his future ability to donate? Even if there are legitimate criticisms of Ludwig, that he's putting up a front, trying to seem like a nice guy, trying to gain favor with certain communities, why would you turn to race as something to criticize him over? Your audience is learning that it's acceptable to criticize him using something he can't change. Why are you so angry about it? He donated $10K. You're sitting here with an emergency rent bar at the bottom of your stream, while also...
Isn't that so funny? She's like, ugh, you only donated $10,000 because people told you. Meanwhile, her fucking stream says emergency rent. How tone deaf.
While also, we can see that you just had your nails done. Imagine having an emergency rent bar at the bottom of your stream while you still post pictures of you getting manicures that probably cost upwards of $80. Let's be real. And they're not even that good looking either. I mean, look at them. They're tacky, and they look like claws. They look unsanitary.
Oh my
the real
God.
Talk, I don't think that this is necessarily a bad thing. I think everybody needs a treat every now and then. But if your treat is getting your nails...
All right, that's the one time we're having a woman content creator. Fucking, like, no guy would have made that connection.
Done, spending $80+ at least once a month to get your nails done. Maybe you don't have the space to criticize somebody who gave $10K of their own money.
How does she wipe? I don't know, bro. She's talking about having a stinky vagina for the first half of this fucking video, dude. Maybe she doesn't wipe.
Frogan received backlash for this.
Maybe the smell just festers down there.
And obviously she did a response.
You can't be racist to white people.
You absolutely can be racist towards white people. It's saying things like this that people use to protect themselves when they are being blatantly prejudiced. You can make the argument that the word cracker doesn't affect white people like the N-word affects black people. And I would agree with you. It's nowhere nearly as painful. But to claim it's not racism at all, it's just wrong. Even if hypothetically it wasn't racist or wasn't considered racist, it's still in very poor taste. You're still using an attribute that Ludwig can't change, his skin color, against him.
Alright, I wouldn't go lean super hard in this. They're just gonna dismiss you immediately and laugh.
I was like, my rent is paid, honey.
I mean, it is racist, but like, who cares? I don't know.
My rent is paid, honey.
Two wrongs don't make a right. He was bad and trying to appeal to everyone and not take a real solid stance, but Frogan should have called him that. No, I don't give a shit about
So like all these people sit here and they like say, oh my god, this is racist, so they can feel better about themselves and get fucking sympathy online. They don't really care. They're not bothered by this fucking statement 99% of the time. And then like you think you can out id poll them by being like, oh yeah, you're being racist to white people. And then they just super id poll back and they're like, white people, you can't be racist to white people. Fuck you. And then like all the crazy people are like, yeah, you can't be racist to white people. You can't id poll these people back. You have to just insult them.
Someone being called a cracker, okay, as someone who is white and has like used that word myself, I think that people that are using that to be like, this is a racial slur against white people is like ridiculous.
One thing that bothers me about people like Hasan is that they identify as Schrodinger's ethnicity. Depending on the time of day and the context, people like Hasan can claim their whiteness as a shield. And then later on, can claim Islamophobia or racism, or have others claim that on behalf of them. Anyways, I think I've made my point here. If everything I've shown you so far isn't enough to convince you that Frogan is an idiot and is incredibly dishonest, please take a look at the following.
So are they going to eliminate themselves?
Very cool joke, perpetuating a conspiracy theory that Israel attacked themselves on October 7th.
Jesus.
Never mind.
Why were you tweeting?
Dude, free him. This guy is a fucking pedophile. Never mind. And like literally the free him line is on people threatening to blow up the White House.
Free him in the first place. From one Muslim girl to another, maybe don't tweet stuff like this when you have pictures like this floating around. And these are just a few of her likes on Twitter. It's game over for Israel. James Bond is officially fighting for Hamas. What was that about not supporting Hamas again? It's no exaggeration to say Gaza has broken out of its prison and is launching a war of liberation. It looks like resistance on an unprecedented scale, actively retaking Palestinian land. Equating Hamas to resistance again, very cool. Remember that Israel has...
I think if you told me that she 100% supports Hamas and just doesn't want to do it publicly because of optics, I think I would probably believe you. I don't know if there's enough to say that definitively, but I think I would believe it. I think you'd have me.
Committed to harvesting skin and organs from dead Palestinians to use for skin grafts and organ transplants, and the majority of the skin in Israeli skin banks was stolen from Palestinians they killed. Pretty sure this is anti-Semitism. It's blood libel. I don't know what this is supposed to be. I know it's a Hamas operative waving to a hostage. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments what this is supposed to mean. White people see Arabic words and go, OMG, terrorists, like a stupid villager in the 17th century accusing women of witchcraft. I'm sorry, what? What? Hamas did a military operation against the IDF, and unfortunately civilians died. Some unknown but not insignificant amount due to the intended IDF fire. The IDF related by killing 10 times more so far with 99% civilian right. I'm not both siding anything. I'm glad this got community noted. Everything Israel said was proven a lie. No babies, no women, no Hamas attack on concert, no Hamas misfire on hospital. They made it all up, just like America did with the weapons of mass destruction they never found. Dude, what are these likes? What is going on? I will never condemn what this boy grows up to be. Remember this tweet? This man replies, I wouldn't go so far as to call them people.
Jesus.
Who like that tweet?
Oh my god, what a fucking idiot.
Ding, 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 ding.
Like, do you think, like, just make your likes private if you're gonna be that fucking
Nicholas
crazy.
DeOrio guy like one of those?
I wanted to include more in this video, but I ran out of
fascist,
time.
dudes
This
too?
video mostly focused on Frogan's recent events, which involved a decent amount of geopolitics. But it just scratches the surface. There's so much more out there. We didn't even get to talk about the Falling Star Award.
Oh god, watch this. Watch this.
Honestly, okay, it makes me really upset. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to cry, but it really does make me really upset.
Dude, what do you think she's crying over? Racism? Her therapist? People dying in third world countries? What do you think she's crying over?
If there's one thing I can leave you with, I hope it's this. The
Oh, they're not gonna show you. It's Ludwig saying that she's gonna get the Falling Star Award
Isn't
because
this
she
Nicholas
didn't.
DeOrio guy like one of those?
Because she can't be Rising Star 2 years in a row.
Masks are gone now, and people are back to work. Now maybe we need to get
Dude,
rid of...
it's literally that's literally just Hasan's takes regurgitated on screen right now.
of some of these streamers that make up the real virus before we unleash another pandemic. Thank you.
Jesus. I thought that was a pretty good video.
There's nothing that's more difficult
God.
for me than disappointing the Xbox community. Xbox has been
The Act Man. I thought it was a pretty good video. Let me see. Who is Frogan? Frogan is Twitch streamer, Hasan Moderator, Moderator. Is this just the intro again? Yeah. People just finding she's anti-Semitic. This video dives deep into Frogan and the recent controversies. Frogan to origin story or I mean, there's not like a good definitive Frogan video, so this does fill a niche. It's a pretty solid topic. 20,000 views. I wouldn't have premiered it. I do think a little more emoting when you're doing like the jokes. I think the general speaking voice is fine, but you should try to emote more when you're doing like the what is that? Get a bit more into it. But again, I think the only weird shaky ground is like this part of the video. I'll go back and show it again. Like, again, it feels a little conspiratorial when you start saying stuff like this.
Refer to the Dreyfus model as a way of determining. The Dreyfus model explains things.
And again, a lot of this goes over my head because I don't know what it takes to be an expert in a field, so that could be completely wrong. I have no idea, but I'm taking your assumption that it is correct, and I'll look it up on my own time.
It's not anti-Semitic.
Where is this?
Have to understand the stages that come before emergencies. Does Frogan meet that?
I graduated in 2021, and I finally got a computer. Well, actually, I started streaming briefly in 2020, but once I had to start writing my thesis, I just stopped streaming because I was so distracted, and my advisor told me that if I don't make any progress, I'm not going to graduate on time. I was so distracted, and my advisor told me that if I don't make any progress, I'm not going to graduate on time. So
I feel like this is overanalyzing.
I'm not going to graduate on time.
I'm sorry, were you having trouble? Frogan has a master's in public health. She graduated in 2021. Frogan claims prior to streaming, she had 5 years of research experience under her belt. After attaining her master's, she worked for 2 years before quitting her job to stream full-time.
Like, this is all fine. This is all fine.
I went full-time almost a year ago to date. I put my 2 weeks in a year ago, a couple days ago. I saw my boss. Thank you. My boss wanted to discuss my performance with the manager of my department. So I was like streaming full-time and working full-time. So I do like 40 hours a week streaming, 40 research, and I was just like dead. And as soon as I saw that in the calendar invite, I sent my 2 weeks in and I haven't looked back.
Frogan essentially hints that she wasn't doing well at her job before she quit, based on what she says about her choice.
You know, maybe I'm wrong. That is kind of a, you know, maybe
to give her 2 weeks notice that she was working 40 hours a week while streaming 40 hours a week.
You know, she willingly says that like they were going to do a performance review, and I think you could take that as she's worried she's going to get fired.
Seems likely that her boss
I am wrong.
is calling a meeting to discuss subpar performance at the job.
You know what?
Wasn't doing well at her.
I was like streaming full-time and working full-time. So I do like 40 hours a week streaming, 40 research, and I was just like dead. And as soon as I saw that in the calendar invite, I sent my 2 weeks in and I haven't looked back.
Frogan essentially hints
This just sounds like an excuse that she wasn't doing well at work.
that she wasn't doing well
Who's streaming 40 hours a week?
at her job before she quit, based on what she
What do you do on stream that's so fucking difficult? Keep in mind, Denim spends half her time spewing dumb politics and like regurgitated Hasan opinions, and spends the other half of the time watching fucking TV.
says about her choice to give her 2 weeks notice that she was working 40 hours a week while streaming 40 hours a week. Seems likely that her boss was calling a meeting to discuss subpar performance at the job.
I think I'm wrong. I think I have to concede that. I think that's probably a pretty fair point.
We worked in public health and got on-the-job experience for 2 more years. We would still find that exceedingly inadequate for someone to call themselves an expert in their field. Pair that with the Dreyfus model for determining someone
I don't know, I thought this was kind of autistic at first, but I feel like this is actually
poorly towards the end experience. Generally, 2 years wouldn't cut it. You'd
This is
also
the type of argument that hits better in this community than mine.
not just recognized by yourself.
Yeah, no, this section's fine. This section's fine. Intro's a little long, in my opinion. I like to do like 30 to a minute and then do like some kind of cinematic intro and then start the video around here. Feels like it drags a little bit. You're writing it more like a literal essay than a video essay. Frogan, the public health expert, I think it's fine. It gave me like a scare when I was watching it the first time, but I think it's good. Frogan's paper, one example of minor dishonesty. This is important. I don't know if it needed a whole section, but it's important to explain the therapist section. I don't know if I would show the therapist section because it's more well known and then use this as a supporting example, or I would do it like this. It's a nitpick, even if I wouldn't. Anti-Semitism's fine. This is again, I would probably find a way to stick Ethan Klein's name in this section, because even in your description, that'll still get like clicks. I don't know. Does it say Ethan Klein at all? That's a mistake if you didn't put Hasan Piker, Ethan Klein. I feel like Frogan the Vile Ghastly Hasanabi mod. I like the formatting. Again, I would try to put Ethan in the title somehow because this is such a huge part of the video. And then Hasan and Ethan, yeah, this is like a third of the video is Ethan. You can get away with that. Keep your chump change. What is this again? This is Oh, this is again. Keep your chump change. You should be writing like absurd argument against like fucking Ludwig, the Ludwig drama. And then this is just like a hyper reel at the end. I think that's fine. What do you guys think? Good or bad? What do you guys think? I thought it was pretty good. 50 minutes, that didn't feel like 50. I mean, it wasn't because we watched it on 1.25, but it didn't feel like 45. W, not bad. Very good. Good. W, good. I'm going to be honest. I didn't think I'd see this positive reception to Stardust. People in my chat usually get mad when I talk to Stardust or bring up Stardust. I think this video is fucking good. I think she did a great job. You would never know that she doesn't do very many video essays and that she's fairly new to this. So I am very surprised. Katie Bugs releases a new statement in her Discord announcing a long break from the internet, thanking her fans, and that she believes them all. Before we go, let me just search my name on Twitter and search Frogan. I want to see what kind of interesting shit we can have, because I would like to put a few more things in this section. For the VOD, and talk about some... Oh yeah, listen to that. Yeah, dude, let's look at this shit. This is some fun shit. Here. Look at this. There's some funny stuff that we haven't talked about. Frogan when an Israeli woman and children are being brutally murdered by Hamas. Frogan when Mizkif lightly pokes fun at her.
Prince Zomalive and Frogan. Frogan was there last year. How are you a rising star twice? A falling star award? Bro, that'd be so funny. I would clear.
Honestly, okay, it makes me really upset. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to cry, but it really does make me really upset.
This was a mistake from Stardust to not include this at the very beginning. The video's 50 minutes long. There are people who don't know that she cried within seconds of hearing Mizkif make the lightest joke in the world. Big miss by not putting that in there. And by the way, Frogan's response to this video is Destiny's cummies dried up for her. Like the Hasan dicksuck orbiter literally was sitting here being like, wow, you're fucking sucking Destiny's cock. It's like, do you know who you are? Do you know why people know you other than being like the crazy racist woman online? Anissa Jomha was talking about Frogan here. You should recognize the privilege in saying that you don't want to discuss it anymore when it concerns the Palestinian genocide currently happening. I think Frogan should go to Gaza and aid in the conflict. Surely such an intelligent voice would be able to help peace negotiations. Stop anti-Semitism. Again, we strongly urge you to reconsider their like, dude, she got Stop Anti-Semitism, that crazy fucking account going after her. It's the place where Frogan should go to broker peace. What is this? Twitter. Who is Palestine? The place where Frogan should go to fucking broker peace. It was a coin flip. I don't know what that is. I thought more people would recognize Frogan. What is this? You will choose a side in this conflict 2,000 miles away that has been waging war since before you were born in a place you will never go with people you've never met in the name of religions you don't follow. Oh fuck, that one did good. Repost. Let's see if it keeps going. Jesus, that was a good one. Why is this schizo freak Frogan there? Did she ask Sonic about Zionism? What is that?
Hi, I'm Scootish.
I'm Frogan.
And today we're gonna play Sonic Roll by Kess.
It's our first time playing the game today, and I'm gonna beat Scootish.
Well, you don't know anything, because I've been running my entire life, and some say I'm faster than Sonic the Hedgehog.
Alright, let's go play the game.
Let's go!
I can't support Sonic anymore after putting on this fucking Hamas support. I'm kidding. Jesus. Sonic is ruined. Alright, who's live? Thank you guys so much for your support tonight. Play Jurassic Park, thank you Hobo, $5. Frogan looks like what Frogan would look like if they were a mythical creature. I don't know what that means, but thank you for the $6.99 Canadian. Confused Cabal with 129 MX. Oh, Nick, you excited about the new Fortnite season? I don't really know much about it. I just know it has Fallout in it, so it looks cool. Stardust sounds like a TikTok text-to-speech, $2. Thanks from James the Frog. Buzzley, $5. Just graduated an associate's degree in electricity. I wouldn't go around bragging that I'm the best because I'm not. Frogan is full of shit. True. Teddy, $5. I was a therapist. I can confirm it happened to be fair. I was responding to her white side. Teddy, $5. Also, I don't see why Anissa Jomha is against it if she thinks it's a genocide. If she thinks genocide doesn't... She wants scientific advancements. Good one, buddy. Nice Jewish girl, $10. How could you, Frogan? Nice Jewish girl, $10. When the dust settles, I'll look around the amount of dead babies from each side and act accordingly. Nick DeOrio, shalom, brother. Simp Man, $5. Here's some money to go towards your next pinball. Thank you. Teddy, $5. Stardust nail analysis was the highlight of what I came to drama for. Nails. I thought that was a pretty fucking nuclear segment because realistically, it's like the only thing that I don't think anyone would include in a video like that. And I thought it was pretty fucking like you have a thing on there that says you're going homeless or whatever. Like you need rent money now. And then you have like fucking, I don't know. A woman said the nails cost $80. Look how many pictures of nails there are. Can't wait to see a Frogman call Stardust Aryan adjacent like Mudahar after this. Thanks for the 5. Dono to avoid the DeOrio emergency rent stream. Don't worry, buddy. We're okay. Let me see who's even live tonight. I guarantee there's nobody. Every time there's nobody live. Oh, you know what? Hate raid. No, I'm kidding. Not hate raid. All right, guys. I'm fucking out. Thank you guys. We're gonna do another stream some point. I don't know what day it's gonna be because I got a party on Sunday. The Rangers are playing Sunday. The Rangers are playing tomorrow. Maybe it's Monday. It could be Monday, but it depends on how far I am with the video. So yeah, I'm gonna stream soon. I'm gonna stream one more time before the end of the month. So I don't know what day that's gonna be. We might get into Nick Arcada more. I'd love to do day 2 on fucking Emily. Is that Emily? Emily? I forgot her fucking name already. The crazy doxing woman. Yeah, I'm gonna do day 2 on doxing woman. But anywho, thank you guys for coming out. I appreciate everyone being here. Please don't clip me super bad in this video. Oh my god, I'm gonna get fucking owned on Twitter tonight. I don't care. Fuck it. LLLLL. All right. Don't play anything problematic on the way out here. All right.